How's it going, everybody? Before we get into the video, I have one special request to make. If you don't mind, doesn't cost you anything. If you go to yelp.com/elite, the link will be in the description if you just want to click it. I would like you to nominate me to be Yelp Elite. I don't know why this is important to me, but I kind of want some online clout with Yelp because I don't know, I like Yelp's platform. Well, you got to put my URL, which is ryansaplin.yelp.com, ryansaplin.yelp.com. That will also be in the description. And if you are into tech, be sure to take a look at my tech channel. That link will be also in the description. And I have a secret link for a headphone review that I made for some expensive headphones. And if you're interested in high-end headphones, I'll share that link with you. It's not even on that link. It's sort of like a draft video if you're interested. It's on the Bear Dynamic, I think it's DT770s. I can't remember. Anyways, on to the video. 4 days out from my powerlifting meet over at Old School Iron in Vacaville. If you happen to be a subscriber, you're watching this video and you're going to be there, come say hi. I'm going to be there probably all day. It's going to be a fun event because I don't feel any pressure to perform a whole lot because I've been injured. And this is my third full power meet, but my fourth powerlifting meet. The previous meet I did was a deadlift only. And I will say that it's kind of cool. You know, I'm looking forward to a little bit of the slight anxiety, but because I've done this, 3 times before, I'm sort of used to it. So I think that's like one of the things that is difficult, performance anxiety. You have to go through the process a few times before you get comfortable with it. And until then, you're always going to be pretty nervous or a little anxious. In this video that you're watching, I test my openers. I test my openers on a Tuesday, which is the 25th. Not an ideal situation to test openers, but because of my injury with my hip and my AC joint and my shoulder, it's been kind of difficult. And the previous week, I did not even weight train at all. I just did cardio. And the week before that, I did some light training, but I've just been having so much trouble. So I had to get an idea of what I could do. I was able to work up to 385 on the squat for a single, and then I did a double. For bench press, I did 295. I did 275 and 275 and 285 paused, and then a deadlift. I did a 475 for 2 singles, and those deadlifts were freaking heavy. My hands are basically baby hands now because I haven't trained in a way to lift heavy weights or at least heavy pulling. And man, I forget how much that hurts. And as I was training on this Tuesday, the 25th, I was just reminiscing and just remembering kind of how I used to love doing this. And I still do. Man, I really miss doing this on a regular basis. The injuries have kind of held me back a little bit, or I guess caused me to take a pretty conservative approach. Sometimes maybe a younger me would have pushed through it and trained anyway or trained hard, but I got other stuff to do, and I can't have a hangover from my workout that affects my ability to work at the gym or work on my blogs and whatnot. When you lift a heavy weight and you push yourself, there's that mental and physical balance that you have to sustain so that you can get a perfect lift, because obviously physical strength is important. You got to have good technique, and you have to sort of have these, I don't know, I guess certain cues faults that you sort of make. And when you're trying to correct something that's in your head. But when you're lifting like a true 1 rep max, or you're lifting for PR, or trying to lift a 90% as fast as you can, like I was for my meet a few days ago, or in this video, I'm trying to find a way to sort of just kind of get pumped up, and it was very difficult. That's the thing that is the hardest thing, is that emotional control, that emotional focus, to have laser beam focus on the barbell and just give it your all. And I mean, it takes a lot. Sometimes you got to yell. Sometimes you got to slap yourself. I mean, I don't know what it is, but you got to find that thing inside you, and you just got to grind. Because when I did that 385 for a double, that first rep was easy. And then on the second rep, I kind of lost position. I couldn't go for a 3 because I wanted to do a triple. The bench was pretty easy. I was actually pretty conservative with that because of my shoulder. And the deadlift, man, that's actually where my hip bothers me the most. So I sort of have to be a little bit more conservative. I was actually sort of afraid that was going to bother me the rest of the week, and I didn't want that. Every time I get hurt or go through a process of injury like I have been recently, kind of ups and downs, you kind of have to reevaluate what you're doing. I have to reevaluate what I'm doing and if this is the thing I want to do. And I can guarantee you this is what I want to do, but I can't do it at the frequency that I am doing it. So that means I need to really spend more time doing mobility. So after I get off this meet, you're going to definitely see a lot more dieting and mobility type videos after I post my video on my powerlifting meet, because that's essentially what I did more of. I did more cardio. I kind of focused a little bit more on my diet because I couldn't train as hard as I wanted to. And then I did more mobility stuff, and I, trying to cut calories and whatnot. So, and guess what happened? When I really started focusing on mobility, I started to feel better. I didn't feel as stiff. I foam rolled more. I mean, these little things, I think these are the biggest challenges. It's almost like for every hour of hard training, you have to spend about 20 to 30 minutes of additional prep work, foam rolling, or maybe at least 15 minutes of like recovery, foam rolling, stretching type stuff, like at least 15 minutes. But if you have problems, like you have problems squatting to depth, or you have problems with dorsiflexion, can't get your knees forward, or you have trouble with overhead movement, that's probably an additional 10 to 15 minutes on top of that. So basically, for every hour of work, if you're jacked up like me, I got to spend half an hour of fixing or working on things and making things better. And you think about that, if I train 5 hours a week, or let's say I train 8 hours a week, just train workout time, right? So that means I need to spend 4 hours preparing to work out or working on problems of recovery, foam rolling, and stretching. And the truth about it is I just don't have the time to do all that. So it's almost like I have to cut back on my training to kind of meet up for what I can do for maintaining my joints. If you have a good body and you don't have some joint issues like I do, then, I mean, train to your heart's content, but understand that you got to keep things in balance. So, short message today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Click like if you haven't already. If you have a question, leave a comment below. And I compete, say hi. See you guys later.